Howdy guys, so welcome. This is lesson number 1, so our first lesson of the week of week number 10, our 10th week at home since the Christmas holidays, and our last week before the Easter holidays. So next week we're off. We have 3 lessons this week and then nothing for 2 weeks, and then with luck we'll be back in the classroom, and we can carry on in person, which is great. I cannot wait for us to be able to go back and just do this in person, which will make things a whole lot easier. Now, I'm having a bit of a storage problem with the iPad, so writing today is not possible. So what I will do is, what I've done for the revision exercise, the questions you had from Friday, I asked you to do as many of these as you can in an hour, right? So what I've done is I've put the solutions over here. So the solutions to all the homework questions are over here. So what you should do is you should correct your homework using the solutions. And there will be a couple that you're having problems with. So that this went through everything, going through the subbing in, finding the nth term, using the a plus n minus d, using the graph problems, figuring out what are linear and what are not linear, and so on. So it was a nice exercise to figure out how you're actually doing with patterns. But there will be questions on this, and I will take them in our live lesson. So our next lesson will be a live one, and I will answer any questions you have on the revision exercise in the live lesson. Right, I've decided not to go any further on this because I know people are having issues with this and patterns, and people are still thinking back, wasn't totally happy with the algebra, which I'm absolutely not surprised. They're two horrible things to spring on people when you're stuck at home and you can't actually ask me questions in person. So I'm going to stick with patterns and algebra for this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to think of what's going to be coming up in the May exam in maths, in patterns and in algebra. So we're going to stick with patterns for today, and we're going to correct any questions on this revision exercise on Wednesday, and we're also going to have a look at the corrections on the exam questions I'm going to show you now in a second. And then in our final class of the week, we're going to try some algebra exam, junior cert, higher level exam questions on the stuff you've been doing, because I think you'll find that when you look at the actual questions, you think, this is not bad at all. And that's where I want to leave you before Easter, kind of going into the Easter holidays feeling a bit confident about the stuff you've been doing, even though it's been tough. But that's maths for you. It's tough, but it's rewarding then when you kind of start to get a hang of it, and you're good. So you're all doing great. You're not to be worrying. We will get there. All your exams at Christmas were fabulous, and I'm sure the summer ones will be the same. Anyway, so here's your solutions. Correct those in your copy, and any questions you have, you can either email me or I will answer them in lesson 2. Okay, what I want you to do today, so what you're going to spend the hour doing during class today is this here. So you'll see in your OneNote, it's in the first year maths, it's in the content library, number patterns. So here's the folder we're working on, and here's our stuff we were doing a few weeks ago. So all of this stuff here about, it's not loading now, but patterns. Then we moved on to the second stuff which we've been doing up to now, and then this is a new one, patterns exam questions, right? I've called it patterns exam questions. It's up here, and here's the instructions. So what I want you to do, so before lesson 2, try these junior cert exam questions. There's 5 of them. These have been asked over the last couple of years for students who have finished 3rd year. So, it's difficult, not that difficult, but it's stuff that you could be asked in your junior cert and stuff you could be asked in May as well. Very similar to the summer exams. I want you to give these an hour. So between now and the next lesson, I want you to give them an hour, the length of a lesson. 5 in total. Try to get them all done. Some of you will. But after an hour, you put it away, and I will correct them all the next day. So it goes through kind of things like patterns. Draw the 4th pattern, fill in the table of the triangles. Is it linear or non-linear? All those kind of questions that we've been doing. Here's one where you have to sub in 30 for n, and they're all like that. So different pattern questions that they've asked over a couple of years in the junior cert. And I want you to have a go at as many of them as you can. Now what you can do is you can write those into your copy and put a picture into the homework section of your OneNote, or if you have a stylus or an Apple Pencil or something like that, or your you can do it with your finger. It's up to yourself. You can copy the whole thing in. So highlight the whole thing and paste it into the homework section and fill it in there. But this is great practice, and I think you'll find that you can answer most of these now, even though some of those questions from the textbook were quite difficult. I would imagine that some of you, even though you're first years and these are junior cert questions for someone who's nearly finished third year, I would imagine that some of you, I imagine all of you will be able to answer the vast majority of these questions. And there is an hour's work in this for a third year. So I would say some of you will get to the end of question 5, and some of you will get to question 3 or maybe question 4, and that is okay. I want 1 hour of work between now and then. Any questions, I'll answer, of course, in the second lesson, or if you can't wait, you can send me an email and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Okay, that was really short, I know, but what I want you doing is straight away go in, correct the questions from the revision exercise from last week's work, and then go on and get these questions done. So you're going to be working for the rest of the hour today and maybe slightly more. Okay, right. I'll talk to you later on in the week. Have a great week, everyone. Our last week and then 2 weeks off. So put a good week of work in. Get a handle on this, and we'll correct all this on in lesson 2, and then I'll give you something similar in algebra for lesson number 3. So you want to go into Easter holidays thinking, oh, I have algebra under the belt, and I have patterns under the belt, and I'm ready to go back then after Easter and try a new topic in maths. Okay, mind yourselves. Talk to you later. Bye bye.